My boss and I got into a fight at a client dinner. He yelled at me, "Lu Wei, either you keep Mr. Lu company, or you can quit and get lost." I scoffed. Like hell I was going to entertain some lecherous old man. I quit. After finishing the resignation paperwork, my mom called and told me to come home. Sitting on the sofa at home, munching on Shine Muscat grapes, I told my parents I'd quit. They were thrilled. "Good for you for quitting. That crappy little company of yours has no future anyway. In a couple of days, you can come work at the family factory." My dad had just finished speaking when my mom chimed in. "Wei, do you remember the arranged marriage your grandpa set up for you? Old man Gu has been asking about it. Why don't you get in touch with the Gu family's third son and see how it goes?" I froze. An arranged marriage. That did ring a bell. But now? Before I could even process it, my mom added, "It's perfect, you're free right now. Just meet with him and see how it goes." And that's settled. That night, I got a WeChat friend request. The note read, "Gu Yan." I knew a bit about the Gu family. Grandpa Gu had 3 grandsons. The eldest went to college abroad and never came back, word is he married a foreigner and settled down overseas. The second was a general practitioner who managed the family's 3 private hospitals. The third, a business school graduate, had naturally gone to work at the Gu family's corporate headquarters. I remembered hearing about the third Gu son, Gu Yan, at a get-together with my childhood friends. They said he was cold and heartless, that his methods were vicious and cruel, a total devil. Once I snapped out of it, I accepted his friend request. A message came through almost immediately. "Hello, Miss Lu. This is Gu Yan. My family has filled me in. I have no interest in you, and I don't want to meet in person. Let's just stick to texting." I replied, "What do you want to talk about?" "I can't give you love. I'm in love with someone else. You're free to see other people too. I won't mind. This marriage is just to fulfill a promise our grandfathers made. We'll get a divorce in 2 years. I hope you won't get clingy and make things difficult when the time comes." I stared at the message for a long moment before it sank in. He was just trying to complete a task? Well, I could do that. In the Lu family, I was the apple of everyone's eye. My grandpa doted on me even more than my parents did. I'd actually thought about asking him to call off the engagement before, but I never had a good reason. I wasn't in love with anyone, and since I'd never even met Gu Yan, I had no real objection to him. So, the thought just faded over time. Now, hearing Gu Yan's side, I could pretty much guess the reason. The last time I visited my grandpa, I heard that Grandpa Gu hadn't been well. Gu Yan probably felt he couldn't defy his grandfather's wishes. If that was the case, I might as well play along and help him complete his task. "Alright, fine," I replied. He replied instantly. "A verbal agreement isn't enough. I'll have a contract drafted and sent over to you by my assistant. Once you sign it, we'll go register the marriage." Such a ruthless businessman, I grumbled to myself. "Fine," I typed back. While I was out to dinner with my best friend, I brought up my engagement and started talking about Gu Yan. So, apparently Gu Yan has this one girl he's always loved. My brother knows him, and he heard at some party that Gu Yan said he'd only ever love her his whole life. My bestie's family isn't on the same level as the fabulously wealthy Gus, but they're richer than mine, so the circles she runs in are a little more high class, a little bigger. After nodding, I said, "Maybe after he's fulfilled his obligation, he'll marry the one he loves." "Not necessarily." She started breaking it down for me. "Think about it. He might have agreed to marry you because of his grandfather's health, but there could be other reasons, too. Like maybe the girl he loves isn't presentable enough, and the Gu family wouldn't approve. Or, maybe she's already married, and he's just pining for her. Anyway, there are a ton of possibilities." It dawned on me. "Oh, I guess you're right." My friend nodded seriously, put a piece of pork belly on my plate, and continued. "Girl, just marry him. It's not like you're in love with anyone. Be the wife of the Gu family's third son for a couple of years, spend his money, and use the Gu family name to drum up some business for your family's factory. It's a total win." She added, "And Gu Yan isn't going to sleep with you, so we can still go party with male models." How great is that? I nodded like a bobblehead. MHM. It did sound pretty great. After dinner, my friend and I bought some clothes at the mall before I headed home. Lying in bed scrolling on my phone, I saw that Guyen was trending. Hashtag Third Master Gu loses his cool. I clicked on it and saw a video of Guyen running through a mall like a madman, frantically looking around as if searching for someone. This anxious, desperate look was a stark contrast to the icy persona he always had in the news. He'd really lost his composure. I scrolled to the comments. The third master is looking for a woman. President Gu ran right past me. I heard him say, Bailu? Bailu? Is he chasing after the love of his life? I winced. Did he have a fight with his beloved? Did she run off? TSK, why go and make a girl angry? Still, his feelings for this Bailu must run deep. It's normal for couples to fight, it was probably nothing serious. I tried to make excuses for him in my head, but just as I was about to close the page, it hit me. That looked exactly like the mall my best friend and I had been at today. 2 days later, I received a message from Guyen, the agreement is ready. Give me an address, and I'll have my assistant deliver it. I thought for a moment and replied, why don't we meet? We can sign it in person then. If this agreement went smoothly, the next step would be to register our marriage. Yet, I hadn't met Guyen in person, only seen him in the news. I thought that even without love, getting to know each other was necessary, as we'd be working together for 2 years. However, Guyen quickly replied, no need. I'm very busy. No time. I thought. What a busy CEO. Fine, whatever. I compromised and sent him my home address. Guyen replied, received. My assistant is on their way. Okay. Half an hour later, I was in the restroom when my doorbell rang. My parents were at the factory, and only I and Auntie Ling, the hourly cleaner, were home. A moment later, Auntie Ling called from the living room, Miss, a gentleman is here for you. He says he's Mr. Gu's assistant. I called back, I know. Please ask him to give you the documents and put them on the coffee table. I'll look at them later. Okay. 5 minutes later, I picked up the document bag from the coffee table and coincidentally received a message from Guyen, did you get it? I replied, yes. Then take a look. If there are no issues, sign it as soon as possible, and we'll confirm the marriage registration date. Alright. I carefully read through the agreement. Guyen's terms and responsibilities were very detailed, but there were a few points I didn't quite understand. I messaged him, when we go back to your home for holidays, do we have to live together? Yes, in the same room, but you'll sleep in the bed, and I'll sleep on the sofa. That way, Grandpa won't suspect anything. That works. I then asked, do you allow me to have children with someone I love? Of course, you and I have freedom in love. If you conceive someone else's child, I won't ask you to abort it. You can give birth, it can bear your surname, and you can take it with you upon divorce. I'll explain to Grandpa. However, you also cannot interfere with me raising my own children from another relationship. I deeply love my significant other, and we will definitely have children. Oh, that also seems acceptable. Finally, what are the boundaries of our superficial interactions? You can hold my arm through clothing, and I can put my arm around your shoulder through clothing. This is the maximum physical intimacy. Lu Wei, I won't touch you. I want to remain faithful to my significant other. Of course, don't even think about seducing me, it's useless. That settled it. I was very satisfied and replied, alright, I'll review it in more detail. Good, no rush. Contact me after you've signed it. In the afternoon, I felt bored staying at home alone, so I decided to go shopping. While browsing in the mall and buying a couple of outfits, I unexpectedly ran into my childhood friend, Song Qin. He was the sole heir of the wealthy Song family, a typical second-generation rich kid. Little sister Lu, how have you been lately? Still working at that small company? I shook my head, no, I've quit. I'm unemployed now. Song Qin nodded, that's good. I never thought highly of you joining that small company after graduation. You have such a large factory in your family. Even if you started as a factory worker, no one would bully you, and you'd be a guaranteed factory manager in the future. Why go to another company to endure hardship and resentment? I smiled, then seriously said, I never thought about inheriting my family's factory. I want to marry into a wealthy family and live a life of being well supported. Indeed, I was a bit reckless and superficial in my youth, I just wanted to enjoy life. I then added, going to a small company at first was just to experience a workplace environment, something I couldn't experience in my family's factory. Songqin seemed to understand, that's true. If people in your factory knew your identity, they would all be extremely respectful and try to curry favor with you. That was part of the reason, I added, and when I graduated, I just wanted to be far away from my parents. Back then, my parents tried to persuade me for a long time without success, and eventually, my mother gave up first. Your father spoiled you. Forget it, be willful then, a grown woman can't be kept at home. My father, innocent collateral damage, didn't say anything more. Songqin nodded again, I understand, brother understands everything. Brother was rebellious too, but didn't succeed. I wasn't interested in his past stories. But then, Songqin said, however, sis, you just said you wanted to marry into a wealthy family and be well supported, so why not marry me? Look at us, we know each other inside out, and we've always had a good relationship since childhood. Although my family isn't a top-tier wealthy family, it's not bad, more than enough to support you. Songqin suddenly became serious, Wei, I really like you. I quickly waved my hand to refuse, no, brother Song, please don't like me. I have an arranged marriage partner. Songqin was taken aback, also from a wealthy family? Yes. Sigh. That evening, after reviewing the prenuptial agreement again, I messaged Gu Yan, I've signed it. When should I give you the agreement? He replied, in a few days. That message didn't quite sound like a CEO. Before I could think much, he sent another message, I'm falling apart. Guessing he was in trouble, as a future partner, I asked with concern, what's wrong? My subordinate saw my Lulu at the mall today, but when I rushed over, I still couldn't find my Lulu. Oh, was it his beloved Bai Lu? Had they not reconciled yet? Was his Lulu still avoiding him? Feeling a bit sympathetic towards my partner, I comforted him, don't be sad. It's normal for girls to throw a little tantrum. Try to coax her again in a couple of days, and it'll be fine. No, I've been looking for my Lulu. I haven't found her all these years. It was love at first sight for her, and I love her deeply, but I just can't find her. In recent years, I've had many subordinates search the entire city for her. Only recently have I spotted her, but I haven't caught up to her once. Sigh, I'm such a failure. Does my Lulu not want to see me? Or are the heavens not allowing us to be together? My heart aches so much. To my surprise, the dignified third young master of the Gu family was a pure-hearted romantic. This was truly rare among the wealthy. I composed myself and comforted him again, don't be sad, you'll find her. True lovers will eventually be together. Heaven will bless you. This time he sent me a voice message, Miss Lu, thank you. His voice had a unique magnetism and was quite pleasant to listen to. He then said, enough about me. How are things with you and the person you like? I wanted to say I didn't have anyone I liked, but I was afraid he'd worry I'd cling to him. I replied, very good, we're deeply in love. That's good. I truly envy you. I wish you happiness and many children soon. I replied, thank you. That day, my bestie and I made plans to hit a club that night. The place was buzzing. We found a spot to sit down and were just about to ask if there were any new male models when someone called out to us. Lu Wei, Shinjia, little sisters. My bestie and I turned to see Songqin walking over. She knew him, too, the three of us went to the same junior high. What a coincidence, young Master Song, my bestie said. You gonna order us some male models? What's so great about them? Isn't your big bro here good enough company? She pouted. Not really, no. Hey, Jia, you've changed. Uncle Shen is way too easy on you. I knew they were all just full of it, so I just smiled and listened without saying a word. Songqin sat down next to us. Order whatever you want to eat and drink, it's on me. But no men. My bestie and I shot each other a look of resignation. Oh well, so much for that. Looked like it was going to be a tame night. We drank and chatted, And once my friend was tipsy, she couldn't sit still anymore and went to dance on the floor. Songchin and I stayed behind, talking. I was a little worried about her, so I kept an eye on her while we talked. So, Wei, when are you getting married? Don't know yet. Well, let your big bro know when you have a date. I might not make it to the wedding, but I'll definitely send a cash gift. Sure, I'll let you know. We hung out until after 11. Songchin got a designated driver for us and even told us to text him when we got home safe. I suddenly thought, he's actually a pretty good guy. The next day, I couldn't find my cartoon power bank. I retraced my steps and remembered using it at the club last night. Maybe Songchin or my bestie had packed it up for me. I decided to call Songchin first. Hey, little sis, what's up? Songchin, did you happen to see? I hadn't even finished my sentence when I heard a scream of pain from his end. Aya, go easy. You're killing me. I was stunned. What's wrong with you? Don't even ask. I got my ass kicked by that Gu kid last night. Gu Yan? Songchin went on, after I saw you two off, I went back for a few more drinks. Around 1 in the morning, Gu the third shows up with a few guys, corners me, and asks where his Lulu is. How the hell would I know who his Lulu is? We started arguing. He kept insisting I was with his Lulu, and then we just started throwing punches. That kid can really fight. I got the short end of the stick. I'm pretty messed up. A nurse was just putting some ointment on me, and she was really rough. I couldn't help but yell a little. I pretty much got the picture. Then it occurred to me, Songchin had been with me and my friend the whole time. What happened after we left, I had no idea. Songchin, you didn't actually mess with Gu the third's Lulu, did you? I asked, adding, I heard he's crazy about her. She's like the apple of his eye. I didn't touch her. I swear I didn't. Songchin said, like he was taking an oath. The only women I was with last night were you two, Wei and Jia. There was no Lulu. He was getting pissed off. God, this is so unfair. It's all my dad's fault for not being good enough. The Song Corporation never surpassed the Gu Corporation, otherwise I'd crush them in a heartbeat. I rubbed my forehead. Maybe Gu the third got the wrong person. He's so madly in love he's gone crazy. Yeah, that must be it. Once Songchin had calmed down, I asked about the power bank. He said he didn't have it. After hanging up, I called my bestie. It's in my bag. Want me to bring it over now? Nah, it's fine. Just give it to me next time we hang out. Cool. Let's go find some male models in a couple of days. Okay. That afternoon, my grandma called. Wei, you haven't been back in so long. Can you come home for dinner tonight? She asked. Of course, Grandma. I was unemployed at the moment, so my schedule was wide open. Wonderful, wonderful. I'll have Xiaoqin make your favorite sweet and sour pork ribs. Xiaoqin was our family's housekeeper. Okay. Around my family, I always played the part of the dependent, slightly spoiled kid. When I got to the old house that evening, I was surprised to see Grandpa and Grandma Gu there too. Hello, Grandpa Gu. Hello, Grandma Gu. Hello, Grandpa, Grandma. I politely greeted all four of them. Hello, Grandpa Gu said with a happy grin. Grandma Gu complimented me. Wei gets more and more beautiful every time I see her. She's just too skinny, my grandma said, taking my hand. You need to eat more from now on. You can't be this thin. I agreed, though I had no intention of gaining weight. 108 pounds was perfect. During dinner, the two grandfathers were chatting when the conversation turned to my marriage with Gu Yan. Xiao Yan came back the other day and said he and Wei are already discussing getting their marriage license, Grandpa Gu told my grandfather before turning to me. Wei, have you and Xiao Yan set a date for that yet? When are you planning to have the wedding? The Gu family can start preparing for you tomorrow. I tensed up. After all, Gu Yan and I weren't actually in love, this was just to complete a task. Oh, we haven't set a date for the license yet, I said. As for the wedding, we can talk about that later. Grandma Gu smiled and urged, well then, hurry up and find the time to get it done. I'll invite your grandma over for tea soon, and we two old ladies can pick out some auspicious dates for you. Sounds good to me, my grandma chimed in happily. Helpless, I could only nod in agreement. The joy on all four of their faces was putting a lot of pressure on me, and I felt like I couldn't bear it alone. I sent a text to Gu Yan. Your grandparents are at my house. I'm having dinner with them, and they're pushing for the wedding. He replied quickly. Just handle it. And don't say anything stupid. If you upset my grandpa and his old illness acts up, I won't let you off the hook. That warning instantly pissed me off. I stopped replying. Just as I put my phone away, I heard Grandma Gu say, Wei, perfect timing. Your Grandpa Gu and I were out for a stroll this afternoon and bought something for you and Xiao Yan. A bracelet for you, and a tie for him. I'll give them both to you in a bit. You can give him his when you see him tomorrow. Who knows when he'll be back to the old house next. Grandpa Gu chuckled and added, for Wei and Xiao Yan's relationship to progress so quickly, they must be seeing each other every day. Wei, that rascal Xiao Yan can be willful. If he does anything wrong, you scold him or hit him as you see fit. If he dares to talk back, you come tell me at the old house, and I'll lay down the law. I really wanted to tell them that Gu Yan and I had never even met, but then I remembered his warning and saw the smile on Grandpa Gu's face and how good he looked, and well, I just kept that thought to myself. Okay, I will, I answered obediently. When Grandma Gu handed me the bracelet, I was stunned. Grandma, this is too valuable. I can't accept it. Grandma Gu shook her head. Valuable? It's just a little trinket, not worth much at all. It's just a small token from your grandpa and me. I tried to refuse again, but she talked me into taking it. With no other choice, I accepted. The tie for Gu Yan was quite handsome. I recognized the brand, it had to be from the latest collection. When I got home, I hesitated for a moment before snapping a picture of the tie and sending it to Gu Yan with a message. Your grandparents gave this to me to pass on to you. What do you want me to do with it? Drop it off at the Gu Corporation tomorrow. I have something in the morning, so I won't be at the office. I'll let the front desk know to take you upstairs. You can just leave it on my desk. Okay, I said, then asked, should I bring the agreement with me, too? You can. The next day, the receptionist at Gu Corporation headquarters led me to the CEO's office. Just as I stepped inside, the young woman got a call at her desk. She turned to me. Miss Liu, I'm so sorry, something urgent just came up and I have to go handle it, she said. This is Mr. Gu's office, you can leave your things anywhere. Mr. Gu didn't say how long you'd be here, so feel free to stay as long as you like. I nodded. Okay, you go on ahead. After she left, I took a look around Gu Yan's office. Suddenly, a photo on his desk caught my eye. I walked closer and froze. Wasn't that me? No makeup, a high ponytail, a blue dress, it was how I dressed in high school. How could Gu Yan have a picture of me from high school? And he kept it on his desk? Was he in love with me? No, that's impossible. The person he loves is Bai Lu. Bai Lu. Suddenly, I remembered something. It was the summer after my sophomore year of high school. I was visiting my grandmother in the countryside, and one day I borrowed my cousin's bike to go to a nearby resort. On the way, I saved a boy. His arm was injured, he had heat stroke, and he was so weak he could barely walk. I put him on the back of the bike and rode for a long time before I found a house. I knocked on the door and asked for help. With the help of the woman who lived there, the boy came too. We talked for a bit, and he kept staring at me. When I was about to leave, he asked me for my name. My cousin's last name is Bai, so I think I just blurted out Bai Lu. He also asked if I lived far from there. I said no, just in the next village over. He nodded and took out his phone to do something. I think he said something else after that, but I can't remember. After I got back to my grandma's, my cousin told me my mom had called and was picking me up the next day. That's all I can vaguely recall now. Could it be? Was I the Bai Lu that Gu Yan had been looking for all this time? Was he that boy? He'd fallen for me all those years ago just because I helped him once. It was just a guess, I wasn't sure, so I decided to ask him. I sat down in his desk chair and sent Gu Yan a text. Is the girl in the photo on your desk the one you love? A minute later, he replied. Yeah. What about it? Lu Wei, I'm warning you. Put your things down and get out of my office immediately. Don't you dare touch the photo of my Lulu. Our marriage is just a business arrangement. Don't expect me to fall for you. My heart belongs only to Lulu. Oh. I was a little annoyed by his warning, but I kept typing. Where did you and your Lulu meet? Why do you like her? Why are you asking? Gu Yan shot back, but he answered anyway. Near a resort in the suburbs. It was during my freshman year of college, when I came back to the country. I'd run away from home after a fight with my parents, got lost, and hurt myself. I was dizzy and sick. My Lulu was so kind. She saved me, gave me water, and helped clean and bandage my wound. I fell in love with her right then and there. Now I was completely sure. Gu Yan was that boy. And the Bai Lu he'd been looking for was me. I didn't reply. He texted again. What are you really after? Are you trying to hurt my Lulu? Lu Wei, if you dare touch a single hair on her head, I'll make sure your entire family dies a horrible death. Reading that last line, I was furious. I texted back, I want to stay as far away from your Lulu as possible. That's more like it. From now on, just be a proper Mrs. Gu. Don't bother me and Lulu, and I'll treat you fairly. I replied with an okay emoji. Done with him, I closed out of the chat and opened my camera. I took a few selfies, picked one that showed my face clearly against a sharp background, and posted it to my feed. The only caption was a smiling face emoji. 10 seconds after I posted it, my phone rang. It was a video call on WeChat. From Gu Yan. I let it ring for a while on purpose before I answered. When I did, I watched the handsome face on the screen go from excited to completely stunned. I was perfectly calm. I. Gu Yan was stuttering, unable to get a single word out. I asked, is this your Lulu? Yes. And am I Lu Wei? Yes. So, do you want to see me? Yes. Then get back here. I'm on my way. The background in the photo, Gu Yan's office bookshelf, was perfectly clear. I decided it was time we had a proper talk. Not long after I hung up, a woman in a business suit walked into Gu Yan's office. When she saw me, she froze for a moment, then quickly composed herself and said politely, "Hello, I'm Mr. Gu's secretary. He just called and told me to watch you and not let you leave this office." I had no intention of leaving. I'm not going anywhere. Could you please get me a glass of water? Getting worked up is bad for you, and I was a little thirsty. The secretary didn't move. After a moment's hesitation, she said, I'll have a colleague bring some water. I watched her make the call, feeling exasperated. Whatever. 20 minutes later, Gu Yan burst into the office in a hurry. As our eyes met, I made a mental assessment. Asterisk, he's a little better looking in person than in the news. His features were genuinely, naturally exquisite. Asterisk. The secretary had already left. I waited for a good while, but Gu Yan just kept staring, lost in thought. Seen enough? Gu Yan finally blinked. Oh. Once he came to his senses, he immediately walked over to me. How can you be my Lulu? I replied calmly, sorry, I lied to you back then. I just gave you a random name. Gu Yan looked hurt enough to cry. No wonder, he said. I searched for every person with the last name Bai within a 10-mile radius. There wasn't a single Bai Lu, only a Bai Xiaolu who was 5 years old. I didn't answer. I knew I was in the wrong for lying to him, but I was 17 back then and already on my guard. Who just gives their real information to a stranger for no reason? Suddenly, Gu Yan dropped to one knee. He took my hand, his voice thick with emotion. Lu, no, Wei Wei. I've finally found you. I said. Didn't I basically walk right up to your door? If you had just agreed to meet me sooner, I would have seen you long before now. Gu Yan's expression was pained, full of regret. I pulled my hand away, not wanting any physical contact with him. Gu Yan, I said, looking at him seriously, I never expected that the woman you were in love with was me. Since that's the case, I'll have to reconsider our engagement. If this was meant to be a real marriage, one that wouldn't end in divorce after 2 years, I couldn't accept it. Not right now. Gu Yan panicked, shaking his head repeatedly. Don't. I want to marry you. I want to protect you for the rest of my life. Everything we talked about before is null and void. The agreement is void. At that, Gu Yan grabbed the agreement from his desk and tore it to shreds. Then he looked back at me. We'll get our marriage license tomorrow and have the wedding next month. No. My mind was a mess, and I recoiled at the suggestion. Gu Yan's eyes turned red. Are you leaving to find someone you love? He looked like he was about to break. Wei Wei, please don't go. Please? Gu Yan had changed. He started clinging to me, texting constantly, and calling every now and then. Wei Wei, do you have any plans today? I found a really great restaurant. When are you free? I'll take you. Wei Wei, I'm feeling down again. I hate myself so much for how I treated you before and for all the hurtful things I said. Can you just forget all of it? I bought you a new bag. Can I come see you now? He was driving me crazy. If I didn't look at my phone for a minute, I'd have a ton of unread messages and missed calls. Doesn't this guy have anything better to do? Does he have this much free time? That morning, when I got up and walked out of my bedroom, I saw Gu Yan sitting in my living room with my parents. Gu Yan saw me and immediately stood up. Morning, Wei Wei. My dad smiled and said, Gu just got here. He even brought you breakfast. Your mom and I are heading to the factory in a bit. You and Gu can stay here. You two should spend some time together, get to know each other better. I knew what my dad was getting at, he wanted us to build a connection. I looked at Gu Yan, a little annoyed. He was so clingy. After my parents left, Gu Yan was very attentive. Wei Wei, you go get ready. I'll just mop the living room floor. While you eat, can I go clean up your room a bit? No, I refused. Oh, I'll go water the plants on the balcony then. After I finished breakfast, I asked Gu Yan, are you just going to keep clinging to me like this? Yes. I'm pursuing you. Until I win you over. Gu Yan came over and sat next to me. Wei Wei, I didn't know you were the one I'd been looking for. I said so many awful things to you. Please forgive me. The person I love has always been you. I want to marry you, not because of the engagement contract, but only because I love you. I looked at Gu Yan without a word. He began to reminisce. I went abroad when I was 12. When we met, I was back in the country on vacation to visit family. The day after I got back to the city, I had my butler arrange for people to look for you, but they never found you. Later, when I went back abroad, I also told the butler to keep looking, but there was never any news. After graduating from college, I came straight back to the country, joined the Gu Corporation, and kept searching for you. All these years, I've had people staking out places, trying to find you. Hearing this, I felt a little stir in my heart. I never imagined that while I was living my quiet life, someone was thinking of me all this time. I guess you could call it an honor? Gu Yan's eyes met mine, and he smiled. Fate finally brought us together again. Wei Wei, I love you. My heart was pounding. For a moment, all I wanted to do was run away. I'm going to buy some snacks in a bit. Do you want to come? Yes. I'll go with you. I'll buy them for you. From that day on, my attitude toward Gu Yan softened a bit. I'd sometimes respond to his suggestions and his attentiveness, and I started giving him chances to spend time with me. One day, after I finished shopping on the commercial street, I ran into Song Qin. What a coincidence, sis. I nodded a greeting. Thinking about how Gu Yan had beaten him up last time, and how I was the real reason for it, I suddenly felt a pang of guilt. Are you all healed up? You mean from last time? That healed up ages ago, I'm fine. Song Qin flexed his arm. See? Strong as an ox. I smiled and nodded, relieved. But then I said, Brother Song, I have to confess something to you. Okay, go ahead. The Lulu that Gu Yan mentioned last time, that was actually me. I told Song Qin everything, about how Gu Yan and I had met in the past, about his persistence in searching for me, and about our engagement. Song Qin was so shocked it took him a long moment to process it. So after all that, you two still ended up together. It must be fate, Song Qin remarked. I nodded. Soon enough, Song Qin was back to his usual devil-may-care self. Still, that Guyan kid must really love you. You have no idea how hard he hit me back then. I gave a helpless smile and played along. I'll chew him out for you when I get the chance. Deal. But your big bro here isn't the petty type. It's all in the past. As long as my little sis is happy and living well, that's all that matters. That was surprisingly touching. Song Qin then asked, so when are you two getting married? I haven't even agreed to be with him yet, let alone go through with the engagement. After a brief moment of surprise, Song Qin nodded immediately. You're doing the right thing, sis. You've got to keep him on his toes. Test his sincerity for a while longer. Only marry him when you're absolutely sure. MHM. After saying goodbye to Song Qin, I'd only taken a few steps when I saw Guyan standing not far away. He had a wounded expression on his face, as if he'd been standing there for a long time. I walked over to him. The person you like, it's him, isn't it? He asked the moment I was in front of him. Just as I was about to deny it, he spoke again. I'm going to compete with him fairly. Anything he can do for you, I can do too. I have more money than him, I'm better looking than him, and I love you more than he ever could. Wei, can't you please just give me a real look? Seeing Guyan's deeply affectionate expression, I smiled. In that moment, my heart felt warm and I knew, clearly, that I was starting to have feelings for him. It was love. Guyan. I don't have a crush on anyone. Song Qin is a childhood friend, like a big brother from next door. I'm naturally laid back and a little proud. The space for love in my heart has always been empty. Guyan's expression shifted from surprise to excitement. Wei, in that case, can you like me? My heart fluttered again. But I still said, we'll see. Guyan smiled. He was so handsome when he smiled. The day I married Guyan, my best friend was my maid of honor. Song Qin had a friend drop off a cash gift and sent me a text, Wei, it kills me to say it, but I'm still genuinely happy for you. Congratulations, and I wish you a lifetime of happiness. Touched, I texted back, thank you. After the ceremony, my best friend got drunk. She threw her arms around me, crying and shouting, babe, it's such a bummer you can't come party with male models with me anymore. But then again, your Guyan is a top-tier model himself. You can just have all your fun with him instead. And he's exclusive. I leaned in close to her ear. Keep your voice down. The last time I even said the words male model on the phone with her, Guyan was glued to my side for 3 straight days, terrified I was going to dump him. That man is petty, a total clinger, and so insecure. My best friend immediately clammed up, putting a finger to her lips. Oh, right. Keeping it down, keeping it down. I don't dare piss off your husband. I'm scared to death of him. I gave a resigned smile. After we got married, Guyan was still very clingy. But everyone said Guyan was aloof and cold, ruthless in his dealings. With me, though, he was a total sweetheart, talkative, hard-working, and would do anything I asked. After enjoying the life of a tycoon's wife for a while, I wanted to work again. Guyan asked, what do you want to do? I'll arrange it for you. No, that's okay. I want to get a job based on my own abilities. I've always hated using connections at work. Alright, as long as you're happy. Guyan let me have my way. 2 weeks later, I started working at a mid-sized company. Life got busy, but it was fulfilling and happy. The alarm would ring, and if I stayed in bed for more than 5 minutes, a gentle voice would sound by my ear. Wei, time to get up. Toothpaste already on my brush, breakfast already made. He'd be bustling around the house, still wearing an apron. This is happiness.